Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing very well. Welcome to this edition of discussion on the Hindu dated 26th October 2022, and I bring to you some of the key highlights from the newspaper. Let's begin with our today's edition. From the very first page, from GS2 International Relations, we have the article that says Rishi Sunak becomes Britain's first non-white Prime Minister. So now recently United Kingdom got its first ever non-white Prime Minister in Rishi Sunak, and he is also Britain's youngest Prime Minister in the recent times. He is of Indian descent and was born to parents who migrated to Britain from East Africa. So from this article, you have to know about Rishi Sunak and also what caused UK's economic crisis and what is next. Moving on to our next article, from page number 1 itself, GS2 Polity and Governance. The article is headlined as Kerala Governor issues notices to 2 more Vice Chancellor. Now recently, Kerala Governor has issued show cause notices to the Vice Chancellor of different universities over alleged violation of University Grants Commission regulations in the appointments. So from this article, you have to know about the role of governor in the parliamentary system and also know about various recommendations related to the role of governor. You can also check out the related articles to this topic from our website. You'll find the link in the description box below. Now moving on page number 1 and 6, again from GS2 Polity and Governance, we have 2 articles. The first one is headlined as CCI imposes Rs 936 crore fine on Google, and another article that is from the editorial section that is headlined as Ending the Dominance. So mobile users of digital powerhouses need an environment of real choices. Now, recently, the Competition Commission of India has imposed a penalty of about Rs 1,337 crore on Google, and this is done because it has heavy restrictive clauses in its agreement with original equipment manufacturers who uses its Android platform. And this is particularly done by Google to keep the competition at bay. So now from these articles, first of all, you have to know about the Competition Commission of India. Also, why has it imposed a fine on Google? Now moving on again from the editorial section on page number 6, GS2 International Relations, the article is headlined as Short or Long Stay, Brexit Britain's Challenges Remain. Now this article is again in context of Rishi Sunak that became Britain's first Asian Prime Minister, who is also the youngest in the 2 centuries. So the writer says that Rishi Sunak was a committed Brexiteer and he will face turbulence as most of Britain's economic headwinds are of Westminster's making. So from this article, you have to know what was Brexit, what was the rationale behind Brexit, so its implications for UK, Europe and rest of the world. Further on, the new developments in UK's foreign policy post-Brexit. Moving on again on page number 6 from GS3 Economy section, the article is headlined as A Renewable Energy Revolution Rooted in Agriculture. From this article, you have to know what is first of all renewable energy, also the issues in the renewable energy sector. Further on, know about the link between agriculture and the renewable sources of energy, and also know about India's major programs in the renewable energy sector. The article also talks about some of the examples of renewable energy and some case studies. For example, in Punjab, a project to use paddy straw to produce compressed biogas is one that is replicable across India and also can transform the rural economy. Now moving on page number 7 from GS2 International Relations, the article is headlined as Betting on Change, an American Dream. Now this article talks about change in regime in Iran, Russia and China, and also what is its significance for India. So from this article, you have to know about America's interest with respect to Iran, Russia and China, and also its significance for India. Moving on page number 7 from GS2 Polity and Governance. So this article is from the Data Point and it is headlined as TV dominates as news source despite poor trust levels. So there are some facts given in the table. You have to go through the facts provided over here. In addition, you have to know about what are the steps taken by the government to deal with fake news. Alright, moving further, now page number 8, GS2 International Relations. The article is about Ethiopia. Now Ethiopia, its past and current challenges. Now this article talks about the first formal African Union-led peace talks that is held between Ethiopian government and Tigray forces. It is still going on in South Africa. It is happening for the first time since the war of 2020 with the Tigray forces. So this article talks about the history of conflict in Ethiopia as it starts from the modern period from around the 1850s to the present time. It also talks about the other factors responsible, for example, the Chinese influence. Now from this article, you have to know how the East African nation transition from a monarchy to its current makeup of the federated Ethiopia took place, and also what has led to the multiple insurgencies in Tigray, majorly in the northern part of the country, and how are China and India operating in the country. Alright, with this, let's move on to our next article. So, from page number 10, GS3 Internal Security, the article is headlined as UNSC members to pay tributes at 2611 Memorial. Now, this is in wake of the scheduled meeting of the Counter-Terrorism Committee of the UNSC. So, the ambassadors of all the countries in the UN Security Council will attend a memorial for the victims of 2611 terror attacks in Mumbai. So, from this article, you have to know about the National Investigation Agency Act 2008, which was passed after the deadly 2611 terror attacks in Mumbai. Moving on to our next article from page number 12, GS3 Environment section, the article is headlined as Burning of Fossil Fuels Killed Over 3 lakh Indians in 2020. So, an estimated over 3,30,000 people died in India due to exposure to the particulate matter from fossil fuel combustion in 2020. And that is given in the 2022 report of the Lancet Countdown on Health and Climate Change. So from this article, first of all, you have to learn the facts from the findings of 2022 report of the Lancet Countdown on Health and Climate Change. And with this also know what can the government do to reduce the usage of fossil fuels. Now moving on further on page number 13 from GS1, Geography section, the article is headlined as Cyclone Sitrang kills at least 24 people in Bangladesh. Now the Cyclone Sitrang has lashed Bangladesh that left at least 24 people dead and about 8 million people without electricity across the country. So from this article, first of all, you have to know what is a cyclone and also know about the formation of cyclones and its nomenclature. And with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Headlines of the Day, The Hindu. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other video. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.